All right, thanks Madhya Mujawar for getting us that big story. Moving on, Amazon Web Services or AWS, that's Amazon's cloud platform, has signaled its intent to go big on the investment front in India. CNBC TV18's Jude Sanath caught up with AWS India's Puneet Chandok at the company's reInvent conference in Las Vegas to understand the rationale behind these investments and future plans.
To your point around Hyderabad, I'll take a step back and start with Mumbai. So we launched our Mumbai region in 2016. We've invested close to $3.7 billion there. And then we thrilled to launch Hyderabad last week and $4.4 billion of investment, 48,000 jobs annually to be created. And we've also estimated that by 2030, Hyderabad will add $7.6 billion to the Indian GDP. So really excited about the investments in India. It's a big part of our mission in India, which is to become a force to move the country forward. And it's just a big testament to what we're trying to build in India. To your question on the market, I genuinely believe today India is one of the largest open markets for technology companies to serve. So we're very excited about that. And that's the reason we're investing. We're not just investing in infrastructure, we're also investing in skills. We've trained 3 million people in India in the last 5 years, many more to do. But again, really building for the long term in a customer-obsessed way for India.
Right. So is it fair to assume that India would then figure in the top 5 markets for AWS globally?
We don't comment on rankings. All I can say is, as I said, India is one of the largest open markets for technology companies to serve. We're building for the next 2 to 3 decades, and we're truly building a business in India which is very customer obsessed.
Puneet, what's also interesting is the fact that this investment comes at a time when we're witnessing, a long winter for companies in the tech space, startups included. Do you feel that these big commitments will have the wherewithal to actually survive the fact that many companies, mostly startups and tech companies admittedly, are actually in what is a very difficult phase for them in terms of funding, in terms of revenues? How will this work, with the fact that we're seeing a bit of a downturn in this space?
I think the first thing I'll say, Jude, is one, we're committed to India. We're committed for the long term, and that's the reason you're seeing investments, and we'll continue to invest in the country for startups, for digital businesses, for enterprises. To your point around economic uncertainty, yes, there is economic uncertainty across the world, but in that environment, customers have realized that they need to use technology and cloud in a more meaningful way. And we're working very deeply with our customers across startups, digital businesses, enterprises to help them optimize their spend onto the cloud so that they get more value out of it. At the same time, in the long term, given the penetration of cloud in India is low single digits, I see no reason why we will slow down. In fact, we will come out of this crisis in a much stronger way.